So I'm Matthew Gaskell. I'm a consultant psychologist and a clinical lead for addictions with the Leeds and York Partnership NHS Foundation Trust, and I have a role as the clinical lead for the new NHS Northern Gambling Service. Gambling products can be harmful themselves. There are less harmful products and there are more harmful products, just as there are less harmful drugs and more harmful drugs. So we tend to be interested in some of the actual characteristics of those products or those drugs. So a quick example with drugs of abuse might be something like comparing LSD to something like crack cocaine. LSD is a drug which can take a long time until it acts and until it has its effect. It can be quite an unpredictable drug. It's a very slow acting drug. Crack cocaine, of course, is very potent, it's very fast acting. The temporal relationship between the ingestion of it and the outcome is extremely fast. And so the outcome finishes quickly, which makes the person kind of redose in a sense and continue those learning experiences that have an impact in various forms, including on the brain. So with gambling, the products are the same. We might think of the National Lottery once or twice a week, of course, which we don't see referrals for people who struggle with the National Lottery, but we do see regularly our service users are coming with problems related to products which are very fast acting. They call it the speed of play or the event frequency. So these are things that are happening very rapidly. It's a very potent experience and very rapid. Usually the stakes can sometimes play a role as well that the person's engaging in into that experience, and again the drop off is very quick, and again the button is being pressed. Products tend to work on what's called a variable ratio of reinforcement, which tends to be one of the most rapid response rates in behaviour. So in the old days in my psychology training, I learned about a chap called B.F. Skinner and rats and pigeons. Some of you will be familiar with that. So think about that in terms of the careful calibration of a gambling machine. Skinner talked about gambling machines actually back in the mid-20th century, but gambling products are the same. They run on specific schedules of reinforcement which increase the likelihood that an individual is going to engage with that product and continue to play, stay invested, staying focused on that. And of course in addiction that's very much what you see, and the way that the brain is affected by these products and drugs. The person's focus of attention beams down onto that product itself. Other responsibilities, other concerns are not in the person's mind. The priority is continuing to play, continuing on the product. And it's very, very difficult to extinguish that kind of behaviour and that kind of reinforcement. It's very carefully built into those products. So actually trying to get out of that is people find incredibly difficult. Hear lots of stories about, well, I just couldn't leave that because the next time it was going to be my win, for example. Or if they've lost, they're immediately back in onto it as soon as possible to chase their losses and to continue to play. So there's a number of elements of the product itself which are harmful, and it's really important to be aware of the product. It tends not to be discussed in public discourse. It tends to be about individuals who are somehow, weak-willed or have, it's all about the individual and their lack of responsibility. But these products are known to be harmful, and we academics know that, clinicians know that, and it's important to be aware. A couple of other quick things I'd mention as well about the products. One is a concept called a near miss. So again, if you're playing a machine, it's easy for individuals to miscalculate probabilities, think they have some kind of mastery over the behaviour because, yes, they might have lost in our eyes, but through them they're highly motivated because it looks like they've nearly won, so they've just missed. A scratch card is a typical example, but gambling machines are built in precisely the same way, where they feel like they've just missed out and next time it's going to be me. A concept called a near miss. Another concept is called a loss disguised as a win. So they may put a £10 stake in. At the end of that, they may win £2.50, all the bells and whistles are going on, the person's feeling very validated and rewarded and motivated by that win, but of course overall they've lost most of their money there. So that's a few insights into products. There's a lot more to it. A visit to a casino is a real eye-opening experience. There's a whole range of reinforcement that's built into the casino experience and the online experience to keep people in and keep people playing.